Now to our eyewitness platforms, these are pictures sent in by some of our eyewitness reporters. We begin from the southeast region, precisely Imo State, where this picture shows a trailer which rammed into a car on Mbise Road, Owerri, the state capital. But the reporter is not too sure if there were casualties. In Abia State is this picture of Old Aba Road and Afam. The eyewitness reporter says this flood-ravaged road leads to a major source of power generation in Nigeria called Afam Station. In Rivers State, Batch C Youth Corps members in the orientation camp are protesting over their first allowance. And finally, in Lagos State, southwest of Nigeria, this is a picture of a BRT lane at Yaba Market. The reporter is concerned that the state of the road could lead to a terrible accident and is asking the state government to do something urgently about it. Well then, thanks for sending in your pictures. Please keep them coming. Well, the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Professor Atairu Jega, has described Wednesday's protest by the Commission's ad hoc staff in Lagos demanding increment in their allowances as unfortunate. According to the INEC chairman, the Commission had an agreement to pay the corps members who participated in the continuous voters registration exercise 2,000 naira daily. He appealed to the protesting workers not to be instigated into disrupting the exercise, which will enable eligible voters participate in the coming general elections.
We pay youth corpus for continuous voter registration is 2,000 naira per day for the number of days that they do the assignment. You see, our staff also participate in this assignment, and we pay our staff 1,000 naira per day for this exercise. So, and this information about how much corpus are paid to do this assignment has been on our website since March of this year. So anybody, and this work is voluntary. Only people who agreed to do it were recruited to do it. Everybody who saw the way young men and women of the NYSC contributed to the success of the 2011 election, you know, has commended them, international observers, domestic observers. So why should they allow, I'm sure, some instigators to contribute to the disruption of a very, very important and crucial assignment, which is the continuous voter registration?
The chairman of Nigeria's electoral body, INEC, Professor Atairu Jega, speaking on the protest by ad hoc staff here in Lagos. Also in Lagos, the government today sworn in 4 new judges of the High Court of Lagos State. Honorable Justice Iyabo Akinkugbe, Justice Sherifat Shonaike, Justice Jibril Bashwa, and Justice Abdul Fattah Lawal today took the oath of office in front of members of the judiciary, family, and friends. At the swearing-in ceremony, Governor Babatunde Fashola admonished the new judges to remember that they are like God on earth and should understand that their role as judges is to stay away from corruption. With his appointment, the total number of judges stands at 54, 39 females and 15 males.
Excellency, the Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Babatunde Fashola.
The arrival of the Governor of Lagos State signals the start of this important event, the swearing-in of 4 new judges to the High Court of Lagos State. And quickly to the business of the day, the Attorney General and Commissioner of Justice, Adekwaye, presents the 4 new judges to the Governor, members of the judiciary, family, and friends.
At the instance of His Excellency, I therefore have now the duty of presenting the recently appointed judges to this august audience.
A word for the new judges to guide them in the discharge of their duties.
So you need to be knowledgeable. You need to understand that you are social engineers. You need to be familiar with business
business developments across the world, because government and business models are also changing.
One of the lawyers present also uses this opportunity to lend his voice to the ongoing crisis in the National Assembly.
And not for the IGP to so motu unilaterally decide to now begin to screen out members who are supposed to be there. And so if he acted so motu without any authority from any other body, then he acted wrongly, and we're saying it as Nigerians. We don't expect the House to be invaded the way it was invaded, and for canisters to be thrown at members who were there to carry out their legitimate duty. We consider it as improper. It was not proper, and it does not befit the members of the House who are elected by the people. It's very important that that point is being made.
Section 272 of the 1999 Constitution gives the High Court's judges the powers to hear and determine civil and criminal matters in respect to any persons. So these 4 new judges will be acting under that power. Victoria Ido, reporting for Channels Television News.
Now, it appears the founder, Synagogue Church of All Nations, Prophet T.B.Joshua, may not appear at the coroner's inquest, as he's asked a Lagos State High Court in Ikeja to put a complete stop to the coroner's inquest into the September 12th building collapse that killed about 116 persons. He further asked the court to declare that the invitation to appear as a witness before the coroner was a breach of his right to fair hearing, as no case had been established against his person before the coroner. According to Joshua's lawyer, Mr. Olale Kojo, Justice Latifa Dokunu has slated December 3rd to hear his application. Ms. Ojo therefore asked the coroner, Magistrate Oyetade Komolafe, to suspend further proceedings pending when Justice Okunu would either uphold or reject his prayers. But in response, the coroner said he had not been served with any court process and is not obliged to suspend his sittings till the High Court's decision came. Komolafe, clearly disappointed, added that he was only restraining himself in the spirit of fairness to issue a bench warrant against him. The coroner adjourned till December the 3rd. Now, though not so much is said about it, especially here in Nigeria, but the International Men's Day is a global event that celebrates the male folk while reflecting on their contributions, sacrifices and progress made in society. To commemorate the day, a symposium was organized in Lagos by Standard Chartered Bank, where speakers highlighted the right attitudes needed to give them an edge in their societal roles. Our correspondent Calvin Obetin reports.
For the 3rd year running, Standard Chartered Bank Nigeria is hosting its male folk to the annual International Men's Day. The bank celebrates this day just as passionately it does for the International Women's Day. Respected speakers are invited to share their experience and exemplary leadership with the younger men who have the opportunity to learn how to remain consistent, focused, and successful in all aspects of life.
It's important that when you're conducting yourself in the office, whether it is the phone, whether it is talking to other people, there's nothing you say that is offensive, there's nothing you say that can be counted as if you're casting aspersion on the integrity of the people around you.
Chairman of Channels Television, Mr. John Norma, is the guest speaker.
Please join me as we stand and make welcome John Norma.
Participants listen with rapt attention as he shares his journey as a seasoned broadcast journalist and an entrepreneur and the factors responsible for his success. That gives way to an interactive session where participants engage speakers in questions that require live application answers to inspire them.
What did you do to get the right kind of people to work with you? How have you managed to retain them? So how do you invest in them?
We cherish those who work with us. Just like the bankers do. Two of our GMs have just finished from Harvard. They're just back on their way back to the country. I would believe that investing in our women has also helped us over a period of time.
How did you yourself sustain your momentum
continue to push on, irrespective of the giants that were surrounding you?
Once you're convinced and you persist, you stick with your vision and your focus. I knew there was a gaming goal. There was no news organization in Nigeria in terms of television. My colleagues on television said to me, I must be crazy. In any case, if I'm doing television, why don't I go to general programming? And I said, no, it's news and current affairs.
It is indeed a rewarding experience for these young men, and the chief host is pleased that the essence of the day and the objectives of the symposium are realized.
Absolutely. I think our guest speaker for this year, Mr. John Momo of Channels, embodies a lot of the values that young men look up to. He role models consistency, he role models a successful businessman who has stayed the course, who has been through challenges, who's overcome the challenges, and continues to be a visionary in the field that he has chosen. So we're very, very pleased with a lot of the, even the private things that he shared with the men today, I think has inspired a lot of us around.
From here, these men will leave challenged enough to change their way of life and thinking that will influence their pursuit for success in generations to come. Kelvin Obeti, Channels Television News.
Well, that let the men get to be celebrated internationally. Well, when the News at 10 returns, Nigeria Liquefied Petroleum Gas Association advises the federal government to invest in the liquefied and petroleum gas to reduce burden of subsidizing kerosene. Join us again.